Hey, this is Wes Hampton. I'm here with Scott doing some reflections on Passion Week heading into Easter service. That scene when Jesus is praying in the garden, and it's almost like he's on like the final leg of this whole ministry. It's like the culmination of why he came. And I was just thinking of the love and the obedience that he showed in like taking that final step. Like he knew, like it says God's word says he was troubled, sorrowful, but just I don't have anything in my life that is that weighty. I mean, the only thing I could even think of just like the butterflies or the anxiety of just this like final thing is maybe like going into surgery, like, okay, I'm gonna go be rendered unconscious and they're gonna do some work and stuff, but I don't know, just think of like, just the weightiness of like the final step and the willingness to allow that to happen because you love so deeply. For me, it feels like that's where it gets personal. I mean, having Jesus die for me is personal, but suffering seems really personal. Like I don't want to look at it. Like I think of the Passion movie that was out, a number of years ago, and like it's hard to look at, and the reality was much worse. I'm sure he endured that, and at any moment he could have just laid to waste all the people that were punishing him right then, but he chose not to, and it was just this willful decision, like every moment to endure that for my sake. So I think it's the personal nature of enduring that, I think, for me. When we look at God's word and Romans 3, it talks about none are righteous. It is unattainable for us to achieve righteousness before God, and the only way for that to be paid was through God Himself paying the price. So I don't know. I think it's just setting the value, I think, for me. 1 Corinthians 15 talks about the resurrection of Christ being first fruits. It's the first fruits that we also will be raised. And so if the resurrection doesn't happen, then there's this noble act of Jesus laying down his life. But if he's not raised from the dead, then he's not sovereign and ruler over all. He's not ruler over death. Because of him being raised from the dead, that is the promise that we also will be raised from the dead. We also will be in God's family forever as well. It's this eternity that's been purchased. Otherwise, it's a noble act and not a supreme act of one who's righteous over all things.